Welcome to Thin4Fun. What if I could give you 10 years additional healthy, happy life? Would you be interested? I might be able to do that. If you are 20 pounds overweight, you double your chances of dying from COVID. In fact, obesity kills over 500,000 Americans every year. It's the biggest epidemic that we've ever had in America. And it's been a total failure from a medical standpoint. Medicine has not made a dent in obesity. In fact, people are getting more obese every year. 68% of Americans are now considered obese, and 20% are diabetic or pre-diabetic. More and more patients are dying from the ravages of obesity every year. We have failed totally in our help. People are desperate. They have paid $140 billion last year on weight loss programs, and yet they're failing miserably. Obesity causes many health problems. The first is diabetes. With diabetes, you're prone to get blindness, kidney failure, neuropathy, and amputations. Obesity also destroys your immune system. You're twice as likely to die of infections. The immune system affects every other organ of our body. So you have high blood pressure, heart disease, joint disease, cancer, especially cancer of the pancreas, cancer of the prostate, cancer of the breast, and cancer of the intestines. It causes strokes. It causes liver failure. It causes sleep apnea. And if you are overweight, it causes depression. This depression, a loss of self-esteem, you become frustrated, you feel guilty, you feel miserable, and it saps your energy. And it can even lead to suicide. Also, if you're morbidly obese, you're going to die 10 years sooner than you would ordinarily. It's not fun being overweight, and it's not healthy to be overweight. What are the benefits of losing weight? One, you're going to be healthier, live longer, and live better. You're also going to be happier because you're going to have more fun. You're going to enjoy life a lot more. You're going to be thinner. You're going to look good. You're going to improve your self-esteem. You're going to have freedom from all these horrible diseases that affect the obese. And you're going to have great power and strength to move around your life easily. Your whole world is going to get better. I had the great privilege and honor of being the ship's doctor for National Geographic for over 10 years on their expedition ship going to some of the most wild places on Earth. But I didn't always look like this. Let's go back to the year 2000. Here I was, 210 pounds. My cholesterol was 325. My triglycerides were off the chart. I was crashing and burning and I didn't even know it. I felt good. But then one morning in April of 2000, I was taken to the hospital for emergency heart surgery. Fortunately, I lived, and like anybody else, when you're faced with death, you want to make some changes. I made one small change that changed my life forever. I lost 40 pounds, and I was able to bring my cholesterol, my triglycerides back to normal. I became healthier, happier, thinner. I had more power and agility. And that's why I decided to develop Thin4Fun. My whole life got better. So I want to share that secret with you. I'm going to give you some pearls. Now, you know what pearls are. They're little small jewels of great value. My pearls are even more valuable because I'm going to give you the power and the knowledge to change your life, the action that will change your life forever. I'm going to share these secrets with you so that you can share them with your friends and family. One of the first pearls I'm going to give you is that all diets work. Low carbohydrate, high carbohydrate, low proteins, low fat, high fat. Doesn't that seem ironical? It's a paradox, because how could that be that such opposites can work? And there's the Atkins, the South Beach, the Weight Watchers, the Nutrisystem, the Jenny Craig. Keto is very popular. Then how about intermittent fasting versus grazing all the time? How about counting calories and counting steps? Well, all of these diet programs work. They all melt off pounds while you are maintaining strict adherence to those diets. Here's one that I liked back in the early 1900s. I always thought this was a joke, but it wasn't. It was very popular back then. 888 and always stay thin. Fat is banished. And how do they do it? Sanitized tapeworms. Can you imagine eating tapeworms so you lose weight? Well, the other pearl is that all diets fail. They fail because they're unnatural, They're stressful to us. We have to count calories. We have to eat things we don't want to eat. We have to give up foods that we want and crave. We're always hungry. We struggle with exercise, and it takes too much time. They're not worth the effort. They're just not any fun. Here's a guy that had a diet that wasn't much fun. It was the acupuncture diet. It worked very well, but this is not a kind of a diet that you're going to stay on for the rest of your life. What happens is you develop the yo-yo phenomenon. Here's this gal putting on some weight. She goes on a diet, loses the weight, so she's happy and starts eating again, and she starts gaining weight, this time a little more. So she said, I have to go on another diet. She loses weight, gets into her old habits again, and pretty soon she's put on more weight. This time she can't get it off, and she's strapped with this weight. From a scientific standpoint and medical standpoint, this is dangerous because yo-yo dieting is not good for your health. A study showed that women who gained and lost weight were 3.5 times more likely to die from sudden heart attack, according to the American Heart Association. So who am I? I'm an emergency physician with over 40 years of experience. I was chairman of 5 large emergency rooms in San Antonio for 30 years. I was medical director for 10 EMS organizations for 30 years. I was also a researcher at the University of Texas and published over 56 studies. I received many awards for which I am very humbled and very grateful. The most important thing is I've treated over 130,000 patients. During that vast experience, I learned a lot about my patients. I learned that 50% of our patients came to the emergency room for self-inflicted illnesses. Let me say that again. 50% of our patients that came to the emergency room came for self-inflicted illnesses. Strokes, heart attacks, diabetic comas, liver failure, kidney failure, you name it. They came for these things because patients were often their own worst enemies. So like any scientist, I decided to analyze the root cause of these illnesses, and I boiled it down to 5 causes. The first is junk food. The second is sugary drinks. The third is lack of exercise. The fourth was being overweight. And the fifth was risky behavior like smoking, drinking, or drugs. So I asked some tough questions. I wanted to know why. And you've asked these same questions if you've ever struggled with weight yourself. Why is obesity the worst pandemic ever known? What can be done to prevent obesity? And why is it almost impossible to make lifelong changes? Why doesn't anything work? These were the tough questions. So I found the answer to obesity. The answer is obesity is not your fault. Now you say, well, Dr. Miller, it is my fault. I ate the bad food, I drank the sugary drinks, I didn't exercise, I did all these lifestyle things, it's in my genes, it is my fault. Well, no, that's not the whole story. It's much more sinister than that. The real story is you have been secretly addicted to toxic chemicals. Now I'm going to tell you how that happened. I'm going to show you why it happened, and I'm going to show you how to avoid those toxic chemicals. So there are 4 barriers to losing weight. There's the comfort zone, the addiction to foods, the temptations, and the habits. So why wait for EMS to take you to the emergency room when you can address these things earlier, address them now, and avoid that? You can join Thin4Fun, join my 12 steps to help you make it happen, and I'm going to share my secrets of success with you. You can add 10 wonderful years to your life if you want, and do it in a fun way. So we are on this side of the mountain, the obese side. We want to get across this big chasm to the thin side, and we see this as a big, huge, giant step. We know what we should do, right? We need to lose weight. We know why we should do it, so we can be more healthy and live longer. We probably just don't know how to do it, because if you knew how to do it, you'd already do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to help you melt off those extra pounds and keep them off for a lifetime. I'm going to help you identify the habits, the addictions, and the misinformation that have misguided you and have kept you obese over these years. I'm going to do it in a way that's fun, it's easy, and it's sustainable. And this program is different than any others because it's natural, it's sound, and this is something that your doctor does want you to know. Because your doctor probably doesn't have time to sit down with you. It takes a lot of time and effort. I'm going to help your doctor, but most of all, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help your family. So This is straight talk from me. I'm not going to hold any bars. I know all about obesity. I've studied it for many years. I've treated many patients with it. I care about my patients. With this program, you do not have to diet. You do not have to count calories. You don't have to kill yourself with exercise, because this is something that is going to be simple for you and all-encompassing. I want to tell you how Thin4Fun works in a graphic form. Here's a guy that's not having fun because he's overweight, okay? And so what he's going to do, he wants to become this thin guy over here that's having a lot of fun. So what Thin4Fun is primarily is an educational system. We're going to give you education, we're going to give you logic, and we're going to give you science. You have to have this information if you're going to make this work. But it's not just for your brain. This is for your body, your mind, and your whole soul. It's your whole body. So we're going to be over here pushing you every week. We're going to give you encouragement, helping you to get to that thin guy. You're also going to have a buddy that's going to be pulling you and giving you encouragement. And so we're going to take you through these 12 steps to get from obesity to get to be thin. So these 12 steps are going to help you overcome the 4 barriers. Remember, the 4 barriers are the comfort zone, the addiction to food, the temptations, and the bad habits. We're going to have you sign in every week. You'll sign in and we will help you to do this. With these login accountability, you will overcome comfort, hunger, temptation, and habits. In summary, what Thin4Fun is an all-encompassing program that will help you with your lifestyle. It'll help you with your food. It will help you with your drinks. It will help you with your mind and your soul. It'll make you a happier person. It'll make you a better person, because we don't leave anything out, and we're here to encourage you. We're here to help you. So sometimes we all need a little help along the way. Here's Mom helping my brother-in-law along the way. Thin4Fun works. It worked for Jenny. She was in my program 6 years ago. She lost all this weight. She's kept it off ever since. She's very happy about it, and you can be too. I also got this letter from Molly several years ago, and I want to read a little bit of what she said. It says, "You have changed my life for the better. I've lost 43 pounds since meeting you." Now, the way she did that is one of my 12 steps. It says, don't quit eating when you're full. Quit eating when you're no longer hungry. And that's how she kept this 43 pounds off the rest of her life. It also did some other good things for her. It helped her with her rheumatoid arthritis. She no longer had to take medications for that. So you just can't imagine how great you're going to look, how great you're going to feel when you lose those extra pounds. So are you ready to add 10 years to your life? Sign up today for Thin4Fun. You have nothing to lose but this extra pounds. I'll see you on the other side.